this is no long intro, man, but I'm with my friend Josh Bohui.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. It's a straight blessing, actually. And you know, I want everyone to actually just know who Josh is. Like, Josh, explain to them, man.
Yeah, so I'm Josh Bowie, footballer. Give them the ranks of everything.
Just give them just a little breakthrough.
So yeah, I came through the ranks of Bohui and Dulwich Hamlet, and then moved on to Brentford, and then eventually moved on to Manchester United. A bit about myself. That's probably the greatest team I played at the moment.
Yeah.
And then took the opportunity to go abroad
Mm-hmm.
to Holland, to Nat Breda, and then eventually came back to the UK for Colchester, and just kind of building myself up again, to be honest. So yeah,
100%, man. Nah, you know what, Josh, how are you?
I'm great, to be honest. I'm actually very good, and I'm grateful for this because there's some things that we're going to share today that only past experience could have taken me to where I am right now. And as I said, I'm great. Like I'm feeling good, and everything I've gone through is just it's making me stronger each day. So it's just a blessing, as I said. I've got children.
You made me feel old, by the way. You made me feel old straight.
No, don't be silly. No. I've got children that I'm caring for, and preparing to like go down into marriage and submit that before the eyes of God and etc. But I'm good, man. Honestly, like life itself. I'm not gonna say life itself couldn't be better, but there's always room for improvement. And where I am right now, I'm blessed to be where I am right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know what? I want us to go back. I want us to go way back. So I met you at Isha, which is at Brentford. Take me back to Brentford, man. Because I remember when I saw you, like, obviously I was with Ricky here. Ricky's our mentor, by the way, growing up playing. And I remember you just stepped foot in the cage. And I didn't know it was your feet. It was the feet. Everything else was, like, remember, I'm the youngster and on the field itself, and I'm just, you know what? I already rang my name. Everyone's around the crowd, and then this guy comes out of nowhere. Does 1, 2 little whoop whoop, and I'm like, man.
It was the body feints, to be fair. Nah, the body feints and the feet, as you said, like, it's something that I've took pride in. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, man, I think Brentford was good, man. It was good. Like, I'm not gonna say I miss it, but I like the way they had their structure. Not everything, but I think the way they developed us, the way they looked after us was good. And yeah, like it's made me, as I said, top professional footballer, technically, tactically, and stuff like that. I was able to develop on skills, and yeah, I couldn't really put anything on it. Like I was.
So, you know, when you was at Brentford, did you like feel within yourself that you was gonna make it?
So to be really honest with you, that's a good question, because obviously when I was at Brentford, I think I was there at maybe 12, 13.
Because I remember I was about 10.
Yeah, you was a bit young then. Yeah. So I went Brentford 12, 13, something like that, and then before that I had like past experience at Palace, even at Chelsea.
No, I do remember.
So I went Chelsea, I went Palace.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I didn't get in, so I was kind of nervous when I first went to Brentford, and it took me maybe a couple of years for me to really get settled in, to get the environment, and as I said, it was. Once I got settled in and I started to like feel like this is a home where I could train, where I could work on myself, then I think I started to believe more and more that I could do it. Like, so I don't know when it was, I think maybe 15 I actually got my pre-scholar. So, yeah, I needed time to settle in. Needed time to like, you know, develop. But I think as soon as I developed and I started selling, I think I believed that I could make it, definitely.
So like literally, you know, when we was talking about the belief itself, there's always initially someone within your life that plays that crucial part. Who would you say that played that part itself, that they was always like looking at you as this kid is going to make it somewhere, somehow?
That's a very good question, because to be really, really honest with you, I've never had one person.
That's it?
I've never had one person that is, how can you say, like 100% believe that, yeah, this boy's gonna make it. I've had people like that would support me, even like including family, like my mom, my dad. But I never had that one person that I could turn to like at any moment, any time, and say, yeah, like he would close his eyes and be like, oh, I see him playing in the Premier League one day. But there was definitely support. There was definitely, I think there's, my dad is a big person in my life when it comes to football. I think him not making it kind of gave me more motivation, as I said, to make it. And like seeing his struggle kind of helped me realize like, I'm gonna do this for the family. I'm gonna do this on behalf of my dad. So if there was someone that believed in me the most, it'd probably be like my dad or my mom, like, along those lines. Still them, they were kind of chilled because they didn't really understand the football industry. So it was kind of like they would make their prayers and come on Joshua, use your faith and stuff like that. But I didn't really have anyone in specific, just probably my dad and my mom.
It was literally the same as mine, you know. It was my mum, innit? I was around. My mum never really understood the game either.
They don't understand, man. They don't. Like, it's difficult for them. Do you know what I mean?
If it wasn't for obviously Ricky Feb, us as being like that male figure itself, wanted to see us develop. Like we weren't able to really get access of someone else.
Exactly.
And it's quite nice to see that there's actually good people.
Yeah, no, definitely. As I said, like Ricky, he, as you said, he showed the belief 100%, but he didn't, how can I say, we didn't have that bond that you had with him as much. But no, I'm grateful for the words, sometimes words of encouragement. That's all you need, you know what I mean? And it's challenging, as I said, but it was good to have, as you said, someone like Ricky that would sometimes give you a word of encouragement. Turn back and especially because where we're from as well. Especially you going Chelsea, me going Brentford. That's not round the corner. It's not.
The journeys itself. Do
you know what I mean? The journeys itself wasn't easy.
There was something about that journey though that it takes me. It was like, even being at that age and being so committed to something. What would you say, like, as a player, like family actually means to you?
Good question, because as I said previously, like my family didn't understand the industry, and nowadays you see that top teams, like majority of the top teams, they want you to be committed. That means sometimes, I don't know how many training sessions you had a week, but it's roughly like four or five training sessions. And you have doubles as well. And you would have double sessions, and I knew that my family wasn't going to be able to take me to every session. I knew that because of just the state of fact that we're living in. You know, it's not easy. I understand that.
But bearing in mind, they obviously had their own life. They were paying the bills. We was kids.
So with that in mind, I think family was the whole reason why I, pursued down this career, and still going down this career. It was mainly for them, As I said, I've got my own family now, but my mum and dad's brothers and sisters, they were the ones that I would kind of look to and, drive myself each day. You probably similar, your mum. You know what I mean? So 100%. Family, they mean everything. If you don't have family, what do you have? Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
So it was it's good, as I said. you have family there to support you, but I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to go to every session. So with that in mind, I kind of looked at I looked at the situation, you know, and I used them as motivation when I did go to train, when I did go to play, when I did go gym.
It made you feel like you had a purpose.
Exactly.
I feel like that's natural for us, especially when we're playing the game.
Yeah.
We actually play for a purpose. We play to actually help.
Yeah.
9 out of 10, I feel like a lot of people don't understand the game and why why young players especially play this game. It's because of suffering itself. When you see what your parents have to go through, it changes that mindset.
Exactly.
But like, even as I'm talking to you right now, like, I can tell the maturity in life itself, and like you said, the fatherhood itself. Like, I want you to even talk to me about that, and how the transition came in part, and how you felt. Obviously, knowing that you're dad now, and it's like you went from playing for your mom and your dad, but then now you have
for your children. For your partner. So I say the transition has been quite smooth, to be honest, because I never really took my eye off what I wanted. It was always for them, if that makes sense. Whether it be my mum and dad, whether it be my own children, that was the purpose, you know, to help. As you said, I think nowadays a lot of football has changed, you know. It's about themselves, it's about money, it's about, like, you know how it is, it's changed massively. So I think having that purpose, the transition wasn't hard, because now I'm playing for not just my mum and dad, but also my own children, and it's even a closer, it's kind of even more drive, because I don't live with my mum and dad anymore, do you know what I mean? I live with my children, so I see them every day. You know, I've got to provide for them now, so it's even more. I'm not saying go out there and get children, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying, like, you have to find your purpose, if that makes sense.
100%.
Once you have a purpose, it makes it a lot more easier. A lot more easier, whether it be mum
the
and
path
dad.
is clearer.
Much more clearer. Because you don't take, you know what you want, do you know what I mean? And at the end goal is, you know, to provide, the end goal is to help, as you said.
Help. So, and that's the most important thing in life. Is like, a lot of people don't realize what help can do for others. You know what I mean? And initially, I feel like even just hearing you now talk, I can just hear, like, you know exactly what you're going and the aim for it. That ticket to United, talk to me about that transition. You know what? I just want to take this moment itself. Like, I remember I was in the States.
Okay.
When I was playing out in the States. I was at Columbus Crew at the time.
Okay.
In the USO. I just remember, like, it was ringing bells, like, coming through Brentford. And I know this is you now. And then that move itself, that transition, just knowing, and I knew that you can now taste it, like, this is me. And you now stepped into that boots itself and actually made the name Josh Bohui. Like, tell me about it, that move to United. Like, what? How was it? That day itself, how you felt hearing the move, the interest, and the build-up.
To be really honest with you, as I said, about 16, I think I knew that I was getting some interest. I was playing well. I went actually so before I went to United, I actually went to the England
in training camp.
Training camp, and I also went to the Euros.
Yeah.
So I went to the Euros under 17.
Oh wow.
And so I knew from then that I was kind of making a name. But to be really honest with you, I lost my focus. And
What
that's
do you
the
mean by
truth.
that? Like, take me down that road.
Yeah, so I think that being at a small club like Brentford humbled me in a way. I wanted to get there. I wanted to be like, I'm going to be a professional footballer at the highest team, you know, play at England. But I think the environment of others influenced me at that moment. I'm not going to say names because I don't want to be that person, but I believe that everything moved so quickly. Brentford's academy closed down. Yeah. And that opened the door. In a way, it's a good door because I got to Manchester United. Yeah. But I think the transition was
so fast.
It was so fast. Not that I'm taking it back, because I've learned and I'm grateful for that. But I think I wasn't. If I'm being real honest, I don't think I was ready for it at that
specific moment.
Yeah, I was playing well, I was doing well, and then boom, Brentford closed down. United, you know, Tottenham, Arsenal, they're all interested. We want him, and I felt like, whoa, like I was getting so many calls, I couldn't believe it. So many calls left, right. My phone was just ringing. Oh, I can take you here, I can take you City, and I don't think this is where family comes involved. I don't think that I had that someone to just be like, sit down, relax. We're taking it step by step. I didn't have that. I had an agent at the time that was kind of, you know, he was excited as well, kind of in a way, like he knew that I was going to be successful, but I think the hype of it going to England and then to United was a bit like, whoa, like was a bit out of
your own control.
Like, out of my own control. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
You see, the thing is, like when life is moving fast at times, it's very hard to control it.
It's very hard to control it.
And especially in football, we know it's one top of the food chain. When you're at the big clubs, you're the cool kid in the block.
Yeah.
And especially when you get that call, the big call.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling. So you know what? I definitely understand where you're coming from. Like everything was moving fast.
Yeah.
But it's like when you got into United now and you settled, you started to play your football. Like, how was it like? And the players that are around you yourself playing, how was the style? How did you adapt to get to that point?
To be really honest with you, I didn't adapt for the first 6-7 months. I've never said this before, but in the first 2 weeks of me moving to United, I got into a fight.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got into a fight. As I said, my head was not
in the right space.
I took my focus off my family and I just got wild by the moment, as I said. So it took me a long time. I wasn't playing. I was thinking, what's going on? I'm the man. Like I just moved to United. What's going on? And I wasn't playing. I didn't really like find my rhythm. The players that I was around, they were good, like, don't get me wrong. And I knew I was as good as them, like Taif, Angel, DJ, top players, but they've been at United for before me, do you know what I mean? So they kind of had the opportunity to like
really understand the
system. To understand and develop and adapt. Whereas me, I went into the deep end and I had to adapt, and it took me 6-7 months to adapt. Honestly, the transition was difficult. I wasn't with my family no more, so I was living in Dix for the first time. I think that had a real impact on me because, as I said, my purpose was my family. So now I'm not, you know, 1 hour away from my family. I'm now 4 hours away from my family. The distance is huge. And as I said, my mum and dad, they believed in me, don't get it wrong, but they didn't understand how the industry works. They didn't call me. They just was kind of, my son is playing for Manchester United. And they would pray, but they wouldn't call me and check up, how you been, son?
How's your mental?
How's your... So I kind of got influenced, as I said, by that moment, and it took me long. It took me about 6-7 months to finally get settled down. I was 17.
Yeah, you're 17. Like that's literally the break. That's the breakthrough year itself, where you just obviously first pro comes through.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like, I was on money that I'd not seen before, and it was just like, whoa, like I'm around good footballers now. The environment, I remember the first day I walked past Pogba, then I walked past Slatan, and I was like, what is going on? I walked past Wayne Rooney, and I was like, nah, this is, wake up. Like, I couldn't really, as I said, I couldn't adapt. It took me 6-7 months to really adapt. And finally, once I got settled in, then I started, you know, enjoying my football. I started progressing. Then I could really see that this is where I belong, if that makes sense. You know, the skills came out, the goals came out. And I done well. I done really well.
Bro, I was definitely seeing it. And to be honest, it was, you can see it vividly that you was really glowing now. You adapted. So yeah, though, take me back. Like obviously, so you was at United now. You now adapted. You started to play. Everything's going well. So as you was playing, I want to just Like, give me a highlight of one of your finest moments with United and England. One of your your finest moments where you just stopped in the middle, looked around, surrounded for a moment, and just thought to yourself like, "Wow, I'm here."
Good question. England, I didn't have much moments with England because, as I said, I kind of went from Brentford. But I think the Euros when I came on against France, I was shaking, but I was like, this can't be true. Like, I was on the pitch. I think we was winning, but we was getting popped. I was like, I just need to touch the ball once. That's it. Like, I didn't even want to score. I didn't want to beat guys. I just wanted to touch the ball once.
Be like, yeah, I've won it.
Well, yeah, I've done something.
I've done it.
And then I think, as I said, I got the ball. I might have beat someone and won a foul.
I won't be surprised because the thing is, you was a trickster.
Yeah,
natural trickster.
That's the way I play.
That's your playing style.
Beating guys, that's what I enjoy. You said
I'm a goal scorer. I love scoring goals. That was me.
Me, there was something about beating guys. I just had to getting past them, dribbling. That was my joy. But yes, I think the moment in England was probably when I came on against France and the Euros, and then United. I think it was the Benfica game. The Benfica game.
They're never easy. Listen, like, I'll tell you what, Benfica, they are never easy.
And bearing in mind, it was Youth Champions League, so they just won the Youth Champions last year. And we playing them at their ground. Listen, I'm not exaggerating when I say this. João Felix, for 85 minutes of the game, terrorized us.
Damn.
Absolutely, they're winning 2-0. Terrorized us, bro. But
hey, tell me what this player for a moment because I'm trying to understand. Listen, I know João Felix already, like how he is.
He done one of the craziest nutmegs I've ever seen in my life. To this day, I don't know how he done it. Bro, the ball came in, I said, what? And now this time I'm playing striker, I'm just looking back, I'm thinking, we're getting bullied, like genuinely getting bullied. But yeah, that was probably the highlight. So I think 86 minute, I get the ball, and then I win a pen, innit? And then I'm like, yeah, I'm taking this. I score it, and then 89 minutes or 90 minutes plus 2 or something like that, I get the ball again. I don't know, I think God came inside of me, took me from the halfway line, I dribbled past like 7 guys, cut inside, bang, goal. I couldn't believe, like, I don't think that was me.
That's the thing, you know what I'm saying?
To this day, I still don't believe that was me because I don't know how I done it. I just done it, like. And maybe people might say it's instincts or whatnot, but
the inner player comes out when you need it most. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. Like with me personally, it's like Prem tournaments. You know, like league matches, I'll score goals for fun because it's like a daily thing. But you see, when it came to Prem tournaments, for me, it was crucial. But when it went on tour. And I remember this, my one for instance, Benfica. Never easy game. Never. Oh, bro. And I remember now, that's what obviously now we come across, like, Domingos was with us now. I remember it. I remember just like, we're playing. But this is what I'm telling you, the Portuguese,
they're different.
They're different with their play. Their style of football, it's like, it makes you be like this. Ooh.
Yeah, literally, but you're just thinking,
how even,
like, can't get close to them, and bro, like, they're strong, they have everything. I genuinely didn't know.
And it was bad. I remember watching, like, imagine I was playing 9. Imagine we stopped in the middle of the game and passing, everyone's passing. And everyone, like, I think it was about 0-0, the game's just passing now, the game's calm. I just see Domingo just pull the ball one time, pulled it back, boom, from like 60 yards. Like, I'm watching them, like, you know when you hit, like everyone stops, and we're seeing the ball fly, and he hit the net, boom. And when he stops, he went in, he turns, didn't even shake, no celebration,
nothing,
just get the ball back. And that game itself,
it was normal.
It was normal for them.
But for us, it was like, what?
And even another time was against Mizak. We played Benfica. Mizak, I know Mizak obviously. After obviously me and Domingos are very good friends. So when he came to Chelsea, it was like, court.
Yeah.
We're like teammates now, and obviously I was like a year below, but I was playing up with that age, especially with Dujan and them and Reese and that.
Yeah.
So I just remember now, Mizak was one of the boys that stood out for me in Benfica.
Yeah.
But yeah, we played against him. But he was terrorizing people.
Killing us,
He,
bro.
like, he was off. I don't know what they feed them.
I don't know what they give them.
But
I don't know what training program they have.
But we needed some of it.
To be fair, yeah, Chelsea had a better program than
majority, bro. Like I was, yeah.
Even Chelsea would.
Yeah, we couldn't even
by them or catch up to them.
We couldn't catch up. And our program was actually like we had a very good like development system.
Yeah.
With like technical abilities and standard of playing. You know what I mean? Like my choice obviously was between Fulham and Chelsea.
Okay, yeah.
When I was about like 10.
Yeah.
I remember Fulham coming and Fulham tried to obviously take me.
Yeah.
And this was like going towards under 11, 12 now.
Yeah.
And that's when my radar started hitting up.
Yeah, I remember.
And I remember the calls were coming in as well.
Yeah.
And I remember now going to Fulham, sports to Wainbridge.
Yeah.
It's the time Wainbridge was playing.
Yeah.
There was a couple guys were playing actually.
Yeah.
Scott Parker as well.
Yeah.
I remember meeting him, talking to him.
Serious?
Yeah, I met a couple big players that Fulham was really trying to make that signing.
Yeah.
But initially it's like having development was so worth it because when I left Chelsea and went somewhere else,
Could see.
is that you could see that I could play.
Yeah.
And that was my thought process.
Yeah.
But it's like playing is different when you're fighting mental.
Exactly.
You see, it's not like you're rubbish or you're not good.
Yeah.
It's naturally your mental state.
It's not there.
It's not there. And when it's not there, you cannot play.
It's impossible. Like, as we're speaking, Sancho comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Sancho's a top player, like a very good player. Like,
And we both know Sancho.
We
played against him
numerous times. He's also from
youth game ends, yeah. So we all know
he's crazy player. But right now he looks like he's missing because of confidence. And his mental state is not quite there yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's a big part of football, man. It's a big part of football. You know, I don't think it gets looked at enough in football, unfortunately. Everyone focuses on physique, technical ability, tactical ability, but there's not enough on the psychological part of the game. Like going into games, you know, how do you deal with missing a chance? There's not enough of that. And even like they say that there's, you know, I know now there's much more.
Yeah, in place.
But when I think about academies and like 12, 13, imagine I had the mindset I have now at 12.
It would be a different scenario.
I would.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel.
So I think they're working on it. Don't get. They're working on it, but still needs to put more deeper into like younger generations. I believe.
Bear in mind, the thing is like the generation now is like they got the support system coming in, which is good, but I feel like it only came in after that boy took his life from Man City. That's when I generally feel like this is. But before that, when we was playing, it wasn't there. It wasn't much. And imagine we was kids at the time. We was facing a lot at the time. When I sit back, I wish we kind of had that bit of support where they would come and actually ask us like, how are you, like, how is your mental state? You see, how can you overcome an obstacle, certain things?
How do you work?
Definitely.
So that's exactly how it is. I believe that it's being looked at more, as you said, that Man City guy that passed away, and even a few others that
that passed after that.
So to be truthfully honest with you, is that is a blessing in disguise. Obviously, now people are having opportunities, younger generations are having opportunities to work on their mental state, to work on your mental state. And I want to say that mentally speaking, that's what has to be the most worked on.
Yes.
It has to be worked on the most, because if not, you know, everything else is just going to eventually slow down. And if you're not there mentally speaking, you're just going to eventually give up. You're going to eventually stop.
That's the thing, is that I don't think people naturally understand the mental side of football. It's like everyone sees the glamour and light.
Yeah.
The glamour and light is amazing. It looks beautiful, but you see behind closed doors and the battles that we faced individually, it hurts, you know.
Exactly.
And when you put that work rate, that constant work rate, to just trying to be that player, and you're still not even halfway there, it's like you're mentally challenging yourself every day to actually develop, but it's not easy.
Every day it's like you're working against
yourself.
Or you work. It's like you're working against yourself. You know that this is where I need to be, but then you can't get there. You can't take the steps that you want to, and even when you're training and you're okay, I've done extras today, you still feel like it's not enough. And that's not the mindset that you should be having. Like if you have your mindset that I'm just going to keep working every day, climb up the ladder every day, not looking at the future every day, just looking at now. What can you do now? Then you're going to advance and you're going to get to where you need to get to at the right time. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I think we probably didn't have. You know, the glamour and everything.
It was there.
We speak about purpose. We speak about family. And don't get me wrong. Like we wanted to do it for them. And that's very good. And that gave us the drive and everything. But we also had to look at how we're just going to improve little by little, until we finally get there, you know. That's what I've been doing recently, and I've had to learn the hard way. Likewise, you probably had to learn the hard way that this is what it takes now, just focusing on now. You know, we've been at the heights of football and we know how to get back there. And you can't say to yourself, oh, why am I not playing there now? That you just have to work on now and present and just keep on
100%
taking
it's
steps.
Like, this is your race.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's one thing I don't think people actually realise is that it's okay to start again.
Do you know what I mean?
You know, just press the reset button.
Reset. Not many people want to do it.
Yeah, because they want to live
95% of players, I can tell you for a fact, do not want to press the reset button. 95% of players.
And that's literally what...
And that's of talking to many people. That they'll say, yeah, nah, I need to do this. So why are you not doing it then? What are you waiting for? Do you know what I mean? That's generally how it is. Like, as you said, the glamour and where they've been, they haven't actually quite stayed there because, let's be real, how many players in Brentford or in Chelsea or United have actually stayed at the top peak? Like I say, it's every 10 years you get one Marcus Rashford.
Yes.
That's the reality
of
football.
The truth. Or Phil Foden.
Or Phil Foden. It's
every 10 years. Mark their territory and then play.
And then play and now...
and now they're like...
Main players.
And no, 100%.
Like, it doesn't happen like that, you know? Yeah. People need to understand that the route of football or the route of life goes like that, up and down. Like, just genuinely how it is. And
he's like, I wanted to even use like Ruben and Reese. Obviously, I love Reese. Reese is like good person, humble. I remember when Reese was young, you know, Reese was always a quiet one, but you know the thing is, I used to have a more heart to heart with Reese because he was so, like, we had such a good nature around, and he just always said to himself like, play the football. And I remember that I couldn't even believe half the shots that Reese used to take. Reese's technical ability was insane, but you know what? One thing that he had that a lot of people actually felt, and one thing that we generally felt to actually not understand. I remember when he was 15, they were actually going to release him.
Serious?
They were going to release Reese at 15. I remember he was talking to me about it as well, because we was all doing full time at the time. And we had this communion, was quite close talking. So I was getting nervous as well, because I was like, right, I'm thinking to myself, if you're releasing him, like, whoa, like imagine when it comes to like my time. And I thought I was doing war at the time as well. But anyway, at the time Reese was like, Reese is a bad boy player. I remember like, he had that mental strength that we don't see every day. And you can see in his football now, it's that same mental strength that's pushing him to becoming that player. And he will wear that handband for Chelsea as like the actual captain in the long run. I know he will. And just I remember now, like, when I see him making the transition from centre mid to right back and taking over and being that player that he is now, it just shows me that anyone can actually go back into the game and play. All it just takes is your mental state and you being in the right mindset.
What would you say was his strength? You said mental state, but
what
was it though? Like, was it because mental?
Yeah, initially, me personally, like watching him as a person, as a player, he was humble.
Humble,
He was a humble nature.
Literally.
Reese is a very humble person. You know, you can actually sit with Reese and have a full conversation, and it's like these. I'm just naming people that I had that connection with. Like obviously Pans, Jonathan Panzo. These are my people that
of course.
These are my people that I was close with, like Domingos. You know what I mean? Like it was just that humble nature. Like and at the same time, coming from where we came from, we had that humble nature naturally because we knew where we was coming from, and just like admiring how he's developed now. Like I'm sitting and I'm watching Reese, and I'm just smiling because
of course,
you're just like, wow, like you've done, man. You've really like shown me the mental state and what it can do and
how far you've gone. And
you know what I mean?
Continue going.
And even myself for the transition in life of playing, I took a break for 2 years, and the thing is, the truth is, a lot of people actually realize when you're on top, and you get knocked down and down and down. Each time you get knocked down, it's that confidence level is being taken away.
Every single time.
To a
point. Vouch for this.
To a point you don't even believe you was once that player or you was. Now I wanted to even ask you because I know that that's a battle that you have to face.
Goodness me.
So
I couldn't tell you how much of a battle it was. Generally speaking, like it was so tough. I'm still even working on it. Like I'm not saying I'm completely like sky high, like to let's say my highest being Benfica, Manchester United, the 2 goals I scored, how the confidence I had after that game to how I am. I'm not gonna say it's like 100% because it's not.
It's a build-up.
But it's getting there.
Yeah.
I thought that I couldn't take on players again. Like I was getting tackled. I was like, wow, nah, man.
I remember you just come from you just come from doing literally steps on players for fun.
Imagine like you taking a shot, missing and being like, I can't score no more. That's genuinely how I used to think. I used to pass the ball again and just no, I need come close to me so I can do 1, 2. I genuinely felt like I couldn't get past anyone. Like my confidence was that low, and I think, to be really honest with you, my confidence went when I was in Holland. Maybe I'm not gonna say United, but towards the end of the United, when I knew that I wasn't. To be honest with you, United, towards the end of United, I was done well. I went on tour with Man United.
It
was the first team, and
I've seen
exceptional.
Like,
it was great, and I didn't really play much.
But you was around the whole mist.
I was around everyone,
and that was a good experience.
It was Alexis Sanchez just come in, so I was learning off him. I went to pre-season with him, and I was just learning off him. Top professional, top player, and I knew I wasn't staying because etc. agents and didn't quite work out with what I was asking for and with what my uncle at the time was trying to sort out. So he kind of messed me up, but we can talk about it later or another time. And then my confidence went when I went to Holland, to be honest with you. My confidence really got drained out.
So who was with when you was in Holland?
Nat Breda.
Okay.
My confidence really got taken from me. One, because I got my first major injury. I've done my MCL and ACL. So I was out, I don't know, a couple of months again. And that was my first major injury. Being at United, you get ankles, you get hamstrings.
But you still bounce back.
You bounce back, do you know what I mean? And there was a spell at United that I had a coach that didn't really like me. So all throughout my career, as I said, I've always had coaches that understand that I'm a respectful guy, I'm an honest guy, I'm a truthful
100%,
guy.
100%.
I don't I don't swear like most professional footballers.
Yeah.
You know, I'm humble, as I said.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, if I'm angry, you won't hear me say something that you hear others say, like, is normal to them. Like, I even find it hard to even tell you off, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I say, bro, come on, man.
No, bro, even from when I met you,
free, man.
yeah,
Like,
you can
on,
hear
man.
it from your
That's
tone.
how I would speak to players, and it wouldn't quite work out some parts of United because you got to be relentless. We spoke about the book Relentless, Michael Jordan, and how he was relentless.
Literally, to see development of his own players, he had to show no love.
He had to be cruel in a way. And for you to be like successful, you got to have that kind of selfishness.
Yes.
That I've never had. To this day, I'm still working on it.
I'm the same. I could definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Man, that's the same with me. Loyalty is a major thing for me.
Literally.
Especially when it comes to the game.
Yeah.
My loyalty to the game itself, to the team.
Yeah.
I play for the badge.
I've always been like that.
I play for the badge. I put my heart for the badge.
Exactly. Yeah, no, 100%.
So when the
when
the tables turn,
it
can really do a damage to you because you just thought, because I was loyal to you.
Yeah, well, you expect the same treatment. Do you know what I mean? You give and you expect to be given back, but it wasn't quite like that towards parts of United and at Holland. That's when I was given, you know, language barrier, manager that did not like me, and that's when I really experienced like my confidence being drained. I didn't play. That's when I was like, what's going on? I couldn't even dribble again, and I was like, didn't want to play football, didn't want to go training. I was dreading it, like, go training. You're trying to find an excuse, or maybe I might call in and say I'm sick today.
Yeah.
And at that moment, also, I was playing hours on video games. But like, bro, hours, like genuinely hours. This was my lifestyle kind of at that period where my mindset wasn't good. I was by myself, so I would wake up, go training, maybe obviously it's full time at Brentford, full time at Nat Brader, so it would be like maybe get there for 8, you know, you'll be done by like 2 because you're like your first team.
You're first team, you're pro now.
So you'll be done by 2. I wouldn't even bother to gym. Like, go home, quickly go to the shop, get some pasta or something.
Just for the night.
Yeah, just for the night. Sit down in front of my TV and play from about 3 until 3 a.m.
Wow.
Like, no exaggerating. Like, genuinely, I would sit down and because I did not want to. I wanted to take it off my mind, but I didn't know how to. And sitting down, wasting my time. Not that it's good to play games sometimes and be around your friends, but when you're like that,
and when you're going through what you're going through,
and that's every day, without fail, like every single day. Like, my boys would even jump off like, "Oh, man, I'm tired," and I'd be like, "Oh, cool." I didn't want to go to sleep, so I would just play by myself. Genuinely play by myself. I don't know if there was a thing that we used to take. I got introduced by United. It was, you know, snus. Snus. Would take that to go sleep. So in a way, I was kind of fighting my own demons, kind of a way. Like, I was addicted,
and that's where
that's when everything went downhill, spiritually, mentally, physically. So, you know, I trained hard to get back to fitness at Nat Brader. You know, I done my MCL and ACL literally 1 week before the season starts. Then the manager, for example, that is there, he gets sacked, so they bring in a new manager. That one hated me completely. Like, I don't even use the word hate, but genuinely, I don't know what he has. I pray for him to this day, but I don't know what he had against me. Did not like me. You know, like the language barrier, wasn't really studying to try and learn it. And so that's when it went downhill, bro. Like, to be really honest with you, I wouldn't even eat, man. Like,
so when you say about the addiction to taking obviously the snooze itself, so so you just took that to basically numb your mind itself. But initially, it's like, how did you overcome that process of letting that bit of that addiction go?
Yeah.
Like, I wanna know your spiritual journey now.
Yeah. So yeah, good question. And as I said, you know, I thank God for my mum's prayers. Well, first you've got to open up, man. You have to speak to someone. You have to, you know, that's the first step, man. You can't keep it inside. Maybe you talk to your mom.
Yeah.
You talk to a pastor, or you talk to someone that you really trust. You have to open up. You have to just like, look, this is what I'm going through. I can't really be bothered. And at that moment, I think I told my mum. I was like, look, mum, you know, my mental state is not there. Like, I just can't be bothered with life. I can't be bothered with football. I'm not enjoying football. I'm not even playing. It was the first time in my career that I wasn't playing, and I was a pro. I wasn't playing. I was just, as I said, addicted. I was just wasting time for about a whole year. Like generally, just like that, a whole year, maybe even longer. Like maybe a year and a half, because the time I spent in Holland was about maybe 2 years. So about a year and a half, I was doing nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. So for a year and a half, you know how you think about a year and a half, that is a very long time.
Of course.
And
in footballing years, that's a very, very long time.
even
and life itself.
Even like if you think about life itself, I'm just gonna say about gym, because everyone can relate to gym. You go gym every single day, you put on the muscle. You stop for a year and a half, I promise you, all that muscle will go. It's gotta go. Like all that muscle is gonna go. It doesn't stay on you. You have to maintain. You have to keep on going. You have to keep on building, and that's with life. That's the best way I can explain it. So that's when my confidence got drained, and I opened up to my mom, and we made a quick prayer, and from that moment,
The shackles.
I felt like I could do it again.
Yeah, praise. That's what it takes.
So, you know, thank God for her being a woman of God. You know, giving me, passing on faith to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what yours is like, but
yeah, man, they never stop praying.
They never stop praying.
They never stop praying. You know what?
Yeah.
Even in our darkest moments,
yeah,
trust me, I feel like our moms, they know.
Yeah. They always
know.
They always
It's like they can sense it
before you
know
go
what I mean?
through it.
Literally, I remember my one as well. After I came back from the States, I went point blank. I know you obviously realise I went ghost. I went off the radar. No one was hearing from me anymore. I wasn't even playing. I was just living my life. You know what I mean? And during those times, it's like what a lot of people didn't realise, that I was fighting my own inner demon. And I was fighting myself, like not to go down that route of like depression itself and taking it over, like it taking over me. And it's like, when you talk about these things, memory starts coming back of like those dark times, just you in your room by yourself. And one thing I have to say is that a mum's prayer is one of the most powerful prayers that actually in this life you can get.
Even I don't want to just restrict it to a mum's prayer.
A prayer itself, 100%.
A prayer itself, as I said, it was that one prayer. It was like God was speaking to me again. That one time through my mum, and I felt like I could do it again. Okay, I was maybe at rock bottom, because probably I was at rock bottom. But then I started to train myself in a way, wake up early. Waking up early is a perfect way of kind of mentally getting yourself back to where you need to get to. Waking up at 6, waking up at 5. Oh my God, I love my sleep. No, wake up a little bit earlier.
Wake up a bit earlier.
And see how that transforms your life.
I definitely agree. Even myself. Like,
we've been through it, so you know that literally
I go, if I'm like, from now, like literally, when I'm waking up early, I'll go to the gym. Like, if I wake up at 4, I'll be at the gym for like maybe an hour in the morning. But what that does to me, it allows me to at least like pump that thought process. Because even though we're developing and growing, we're still fighting inside. But
You're
look,
always fighting.
you're always fighting,
Yeah.
especially when you're trying to reach a specific goal.
Yeah.
But one thing is about the goals itself, that you can never actually reach it.
Yeah.
Is that you can sit it,
Yeah.
but then when you touch it, it's like there's something else that you want.
Yeah.
So it's like initially within yourself is that you actually never actually know.
Never satisfied.
You never ever satisfied.
Yeah,
But that's the motivation itself. So agents, like even my one itself, this is a topic that I actually wanted to actually talk to you as and us to talk about the effect of it. Like, how is it? How?
It's funny because about what was it, a month ago, I had the same conversation with my friend Pablo. It was at Brentford. And
I know Pablo.
Yeah, Pablo.
I go uni with Pablo.
Serious?
Yeah.
So we spoke about it, and I was sharing my faith with him, sharing also the relationships that we have with agents. There's too many of them. First of all, there's too many agents in the industry. It's too easy to become an agent, I think. But I think agents, they're just, I don't know, I've got to be careful what I say. Agents, they're good, but I think majority of them, they're not really after your best interest.
Yes, I understand, and that is so true. For my own experience, I never had an agent. I only got an agent when I came back from the States, and if I'm so honest with you, they're not like big, but what they have is quality, and what they have is actually love for each and every player that they work with.
Exactly.
And that's one thing that I felt, that they had a family orientated lifestyle around that, and I just loved it. Even to a point, I'm not even playing, but they're still involved. You know, asking where I am, or even if I'm trying to do something outside a project, they would want to be involved in it, supporting me. And I feel like that's what a lot of agents don't realize, is that when you come into a player's life and you're obviously coming to develop this player, push him forward to becoming this player that you want him to be, the successful player. If it doesn't go the way you want it, that doesn't give you the green light to just run. I feel like that's what the Muslims do.
I think majority of them don't understand. You used a word that I like, was develop. They don't develop players. They just look at the business side. An agent, if you're looking for an agent needs to develop you. When an agent can develop you, then you know that agent is going to take you far. I remember from Brentford to Manchester United, my agent was always giving me development tips, always. Oh Josh, you can do this better. Okay, it was about football at the time, but the fact that he wanted to develop me was the reason why I was able to exceed. It was the reason why I was able to go forward. As soon as an agent focuses on the business side of it, you're finished. That's what I've seen, and I've had a few agents. I've had a lot of agents call me. I've had maybe 6-7 agents myself. I'm currently with one lady that I trust, and I'm injured right now, but she still supports me.
That's very good.
She still supports my family, so
that's good.
That's developing. That's something that I've been looking into. When an agent can develop you on and off the pitch, then you found what you because you know that that's their aim at the end of the day. And I think that's where a lot of agents go wrong. They look at the business side.
100%.
They see the prospect. This guy's going to be a baller. Let me help him. No. You don't need to help me because you know that I'm going to be a baller. You know that I'm going to be professional. You need to develop me. You need to make sure that I'm as good as I can be. And once they do that, then I think that they'll be able to succeed with the player. So I think that's one of the key aspects that I look at in an agent. Can you develop me? Are you gonna tell me to just score goals and assist, or are you gonna focus on small details? Small deals. Oh, Josh, your balance is not quite there yet. I think you go see this person and work on your balance. Or how you doing mentally speaking?
Yeah.
You know, this is psychological sports therapist or whatnot. Come speak to him once a week. You know, just to make sure that you're in the right state of mind. And they might not. You might say, you know, most players say, yeah, I'm good, I'm alright, I'm okay, I don't need that. But then they get the person to come and contact you. You know, small stuff like that. They go out their way, to make sure. And when that happens, then you know, like, listen, this is a real agent, and this is a person that wants to see me succeed. So yeah, I find I've had a lot of bad agents, man. A lot of bad agents, to the point that as I said, I was kind of being pushed away from them, looking at them and just thinking, what do you want then? Like, what are you trying to get out of this? That's one of the questions I always ask agents nowadays. I say,
what is it?
What's your goal?
What's your initial goal?
Okay, you say that I'm a good player. I know that I'm a good player.
Well, what can you bring
what do you want, for example, to give me that's different? Because I know I'm a good player. I know I'm got talent. I know this. I know you probably heard it.
Yeah, they'll say the same
thing. So you gotta be careful when they say to you, "I want to develop you, Josh. I want to make sure that you're, you know, physically, you know, mentally, spiritually ready for what's coming." Because, in my opinion, I believe agents know the industry better. Than we know ourselves. I believe they know it. Like, they genuinely know how corrupted the system is. But they don't prepare us.
No.
I believe they don't prepare us. They just expect you. They throw you in there, and you know, the big companies, I find them the worst, in my opinion.
They are.
Because they have so many players. You know, like, I speak to other you know, players, other pros and stuff like that, and they don't even know who their agent is, or they've never had a call in 6 months. Come on,
so
man.
True. That's wild.
So yeah, that's what I find with agents. I think when they develop you, or their interest is developing you, then I feel like you've got someone that you can really trust.
But remember, it's like, I feel like we're like products in their eyes. We're actually products in their eyes. So
it's all a business.
It's all a business, and that's what really hurts me. Is that you're
treating my life
for
as
business. You're treating me as if like I'm a product. I'm a product to sell, and you're taking that human side away from me. And that's one thing I don't really tolerate. Especially, that's one thing I had to teach myself, is that you're not a product. That I had to tell myself that
you're not a product.
You're not a product. You're a human being that has a right to speak your mind and has a right to be who you want to be.
Exactly, man.
Do you know? And I'm absolutely grateful that you allowed me. Like, obviously, it's natural when I'm talking to you, because it's like we share such like connection within the game itself. That I'm able to even talk to you like this and have you actually open up. Because I know for sure you've been fighting it as much as I've been fighting it over my years. But it's like me seeing that you're actually now like pushing forward and you're doing better for yourself and you're happy now being around your family. It's beautiful to see. But I wanted to even ask, like, if there's any advice that you could give to the young generation itself coming up, what would it be?
As I said, I'm grateful also for this, and you know, probably the last thing I want to touch on was my faith. It's as I said, we both spoke about fighting our inner demons, and faith in God. My God is the Lord Jesus Christ. You know, I depend on Him. I trust in Him. You know, I read the Word, which is His Bible. It gives me strength. It gives me, you know, a way out. As I said, it gives me more than just I'm playing football for myself. I'm now playing football. I'm now competing and now progressing due to the fact that I know He's in control of my life. And the advice I would give is, you know, you gotta be true to yourself. You know, hold on to your faith. I would say, like, hold on to your faith. You know, believe in yourself. You know, learn about yourself, because I believe we didn't know about ourselves.
Yeah, we didn't, because we was young. And we're just literally being thrown into
it. Like,
into it.
Learn about yourself. Learn, what do you like? What don't you like?
Yeah.
How do you overcome? You asked me that question before. Like, learn. Many young generations, they just focus on the football side of it, but go and watch a documentary. Go and watch, something that's going to train your mind. Nowadays, helping me, my mind is by reading books. Reading books, especially reading the Word of God. And I think that's probably what gives me the most strength in my mind. If you can, control your mind, and you can, allow your mind to grow, then you're gonna know how to succeed. You're gonna know how to go forward, whether obstacles come, because they will come. They will come. Even like my brothers, I told them, look, work on your mind. Okay, you lost this game, yeah. Okay, how do you bounce back? Like, what's your routine? What do you do? How do you strengthen up your mind? Are you praying? Are you speaking? Are you reading? These are things that are gonna help you grow. And just to finish off, was probably the one saying that I spoke before, is that if you're not going through, okay, let me simplify it. If you're not getting out your comfort zone, you're not growing. That's the best way I can explain it. Like, that's the way you grow. That's the way you allow your mind to expand. When you always do something that is like a little bit challenging. I spoke about waking up a bit earlier.
Yeah.
Try it. Like, if you're feeling down, try waking up 5 a.m. and banging 100 press-ups, or try it. Like, if you do that, if you do something that's challenging, you're gonna see that your mind is expanding little by little, to the point where you're like, yeah, I'm ready, I can do this. Like, you get up and you think, yeah, now bring it on, kind of thing. That's how I am now.
That's self-motivation.
I'm sure you're similar.
Yeah,
like,
no, self-motivation.
You have no doubt within yourself that you're gonna make it. Like, and whatever you do, whether it be for the generation, whether it is in football, whether it's in, I don't know, something else, you've got what it takes to make it, because, as you said, self-motivation, self-belief. But that's come through all the struggles. So when the struggle comes, we learn how to expand by doing something uncomfortable. That's the best way I can, and that's probably the best tip. Hold on to your faith, and whatever your faith is, I believe that you should, hold on to it. Listen to your parents, or listen to people that are trustworthy, but also do things that are uncomfortable. That's gonna help your mind expand. That's it, yeah.
Like I said, one of my finest thoughts.
Yeah, man.
This one's definitely one of mine, because
I appreciate
it's really hit home a lot. But I appreciate you sitting with me.
Man, always, man. Always.
And you know what? I'm just happy just seeing that you're coming back.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely.
I'm happy, because you know what? It gives me that motivation to really stand, and even myself, I'm going back this summer to play. After being away for 2 years, just
you're
fighting.
ready, though. Do you know what I mean?
Now I'm ready.
You're ready.
I know I'm ready.
I think now, don't get it twisted. Obstacles will come.
Yeah.
But we'll know how to overcome them.
Yeah.
So, no, that's it, man. I appreciate it.
No, most definitely.
Coming, honestly. And
Josh.
Yes, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you,
Come
man.
here, man.
Oh,
man.
Appreciate you, man. Definitely.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.